right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Judge Lal, and we are going to begin with our first appearance calendar for misdemeanor cases. Right. Some interesting folks over here. One with a planet Mars in the background, one at a barbecue. All right, folks, if you are not an attorney, if you're a family member, a friend, someone here in support of a defendant, please switch your video off and you can start your video when you're ready to address a particular defendant. But in the meantime, I'll be addressing cases in which individuals have been recently booked at the Fulton County Jail on certain charges, and their cases have now been formally accused by the prosecutor. This means that you now have a formal case with the State Court of Fulton County. When I call your case, I will let you know what is your new case number, what are the charges brought against you, to appoint counsel for you when necessary, and also to set a bond. Some of you may qualify for what we call a signature bond or a release bond. In those cases, you will not have to pay for your bond today, but you will have to comply with certain conditions in order to maintain your signature bond status. Otherwise, based on your criminal record history and the nature of the charges, you may qualify for what we call a surety bond or a cash bond. In those cases, you will have to pay for your bond either out of your own pocket or through a bonding company. When I'm addressing each of your cases, please remember that you have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say in open court or this virtual court proceeding, your statements can and will be used against you. Please remember that this virtual proceeding is being recorded and live streamed. So if you have to ask anything or say anything about your case, speak to the attorney who's been speaking with you. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you. All right, courtroom 2, who do we have?
Number 1, Allen.
Alea Rose Allen is accused of 2 counts of simple battery family violence and 1 count of battery family violence. Her accusation is 25 CR 4465A. Ms. Allen, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is going to be Mr. Daryl Coleman. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
5. 2 FTAs from 2015, 2014. Battery DV dismissed.
All right, thank you. Ms. Falk, good afternoon. And what's your recommendation?
Your Honor. Your Honor, the state's recommendation on this is going to be, she does have, and let me just note, she does have 2 FTAs, one from Woodstock and one from Cobb. They are outside of the 2 years. She also had a family violence battery and simple battery family violence from Cobb that was null prossed in 2016. We are agreeable to an SOB through pretrial services. However, we are asking for family violence intervention program, especially considering when this incident happened. She was living with the person whose shirt she ripped and who she slapped, which was Mr. Naheem Wright. And due to the previous null-prossed family violence battery and family violence simple battery, just out of an abundance of caution, we believe an FVIP would be helpful, as well as no firearms. Because we have not had contact with Mr. Naheem Wright, we are asking for no further contact with Mr. Naheem Wright and a stay away from the location of this incident, which is going to be 1750 Commerce Drive in Atlanta, Georgia. We would like to sound for Mr. Naheem Wright, and it does appear that she was in the process of being evicted when this incident occurred. So we are going to ask that she stay away from the residence with the exception of a one-time law enforcement escort.
Okay. Mr. Naheem Wright, if you're on Zoom, this will be the time to chime in, start your video, unmute.
How you doing today, Your Honor? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I just need you to start your video.
Okay.
And let's rename it to Naheem Wright. My goodness, where are you standing? You need some light in that room.
Can you see me?
None
Judge?
at all. No, sir.
Okay.
Go next to an open window, draw the blinds, switch on a light bulb, something. Candle.
Can you see me now, Judge?
Much better. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right. So do you wish to have Miss Allen back in the home?
No, not back in the home.
Okay. And do you wish to have contact with her?
Yes.
And do you both share children?
No.
And what was the purpose of the contact?
The purpose of the contact moving forward or in the
Yes,
past?
moving forward.
I don't think Miss Allen is a threat to me or to where I stay. I just wanted her at the time to, to leave the property and leave the premises. But I don't feel like she's a threat. And we were good friends for a long time. And I don't feel like, it has to be a non-contact if me and her decide to talk again in the future or become friends or continue
Okay,
our friendship.
sounds good. All right. Mr. Coleman, with regards to the simple battery is going to be $1,000. On the battery family violence, it's going to be $1,500. A total bond is going to be $3,500. Signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. No further violent contact with Naheem Wright, and she has to stay away from 1750 Commerce Drive in Atlanta, Georgia. She can return to the location one time only with a police officer to retrieve her belongings. That visit cannot exceed 1 hour. Within 30 days of being released, she must update the court with her new residential and mailing address. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons and firearms. I'm not going to order FVIP at the present time, but I will encourage her to attend 2 anger awareness classes with pretrial services. And if she gets arrested again, or she violates the bond, or she doesn't show up to court, her signature bond will be revoked. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, you're free to go. Who's my litigation manager? Is that Miss Champion? Miss Champion, what's the next court date, by the way?
SAP reset date, Your Honor, is going to be August the 19th.
August 19th. Thank you. Next case, please.
Position number 2, Archie.
Okay. Zalaka Archie is accused of criminal trespass from August 4th of this year, case 25 CR 4466J. Ms. Archie, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Mr. Coleman. Any priors?
Fourth arrest, 2022 battery, trespass, cruelty in the third, 2018 battery DV first offender, and a 2010 felony obstruction dead docket.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. I will say on the plus side, this is none of those types of offenses. It was just a simple matter of her becoming a little too intoxicated at the Hilton Garden at 3437 Bobby Brown Parkway in East Point and returning there after being told to stay away because as she stated, I paid for the room and she wanted to stay in the room.
Oh.
We are agreeable to an SOB through pretrial services, level 1, stay away from 3437 Bobby Brown Parkway in East Point, which is the Hilton Garden Inn, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. We would also ask for random screens due to the fact she was highly intoxicated and very boisterous and making other guests uncomfortable on the night of this incident. That's all for the state.
All right. Mr. Coleman, any objection with the stay away and random screens?
No objection.
All right. Criminal trespass is a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. She doesn't have to pay for a bond today, but she will have to report once a month. Within 30 days of being released, she must update the court with her new residential or mailing address. She has to stay away from the Hilton Garden Inn at 3437 Bobby Brown. She's allowed a one-time visit with a police officer to retrieve any belongings she has there, and that visit cannot exceed 1 hour. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons and firearms. She will be subject to random screens by pretrial. Miss Archie, your next court date will be sent to your new address, wherever it may be. Make sure you update us with your new address in writing within 30 days. Thank you. Oh, and stay away from that Hilton Garden Inn. Okay, Next case.
Number 5, Ms. Flemister.
Mr.
Got first arrest.
Okay. Ariana Flemister is accused of 1 count of battery family violence and 1 count of simple battery family violence. Case 25 CR 004467, I think is F. Incident date appears to be yesterday. Ms. Flemister, you've been advised of your right to remain silent. Your attorney is Mr. Coleman. Any recommendation, Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. This is Miss Flemister's, as you've heard, her first arrest. Because of the fact that it does appear to be started during a verbal altercation where Mr. Collins may have been provoking Miss Flemister. I do believe a no further contact is necessary at this point. If the two of them, it says they share a child together, but it does not indicate whether they live together at that address. But we are asking that if they do not live together, and this is not her residence, that she stay away from 1322 Grayfield Lane in Sandy Springs. We're also asking for a 1-day anger management course and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. And I believe I already stated we're agreeable with the signature bond through pretrial. If I did not, I just did. That's all for the
Okay.
state. And we would like to sound for Mr. Collins. That is, his first name is Jamario Collins.
Jamario Collins, are you on Zoom? This will be the time to unmute and start your video. Miss Grace, are you hosting?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see the panel with the name Cassandra?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you put them in the waiting room until they get out of bed and get dressed for court? Thank you. All right, Mr. Coleman, any objection to the no contact and stay away?
No objection.
All right. She has another address to go to?
I believe she does.
All right. And Miss Flemister, do you share the child with Mr. Collins? Has he legitimated the child?
No.
All right. On the battery family violence, it's going to be 1,500. The simple battery is 1,000. This is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. No further contact with Mr. Collins to stay away from the Grayfield Lane in Sandy Springs location. Do you need to go back?
Yes, that's my lease, ma'am.
Is Mr. Collins on the lease?
No, ma'am.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am. That's my lease.
Well, is he still living there?
No, ma'am. My sister is at my house right now.
Okay.
Your
Your
Honor,
Honor.
can we modify that to a one-time police escort? And if he is no longer residing there, she can take residence, but otherwise it needs to be a stay away.
That's just what I was going to say.
All right, Ms. Flemister. So right now is no further contact with Mr. Collins, Jamario Collins, which means you stay 200 yards away from him and you do not communicate with him in any way, form, or manner. I'll allow you a one-time visit. Like you said, if Mr. Collins is not living there anymore, you're going to visit the property the first time with a police officer. If the officer verifies that Mr. Jamario Collins no longer resides at the property, you may reoccupy 1322 Grayfield Lane. Understood? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I see this.
But if it turns out that he is living there, then you have to use that one-time visit to get your private belongings and go somewhere else. And then you can file an eviction case against him to have him removed from the property so that you can resume your lease property. All right. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. And your next court date will be sent to either the Grayfield Lane if you're continuing to live there because he's gone, or to your new address, which you will need to update the court within 30 days. And while you are reporting to pretrial, you will complete 2 anger awareness classes. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Number 11, Ms. Handy.
Alnicia Bianca Handy is accused of harassing communications from March 25th, 2024. Her case is now 25 CR 4468E. Ms. Handy, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Mr. Coleman. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
2024 failed to appear. 2021 battery DV dismissed. 2012 battery DV dismissed.
Ms. Folk?
Yes, Your Honor. This was a private warrant that was taken out and signed by Judge Wolf after a hearing. On March 25th of 2024, the defendant contacted Ms. Amanda Shoulders 25 times in one day for the sole purpose of harassing her. According to Ms. Shoulders in her affidavit, the defendant used her 8-year-old son's phone to constantly call her cell phone with threats of violence and threats of harassment. She was belligerent, hostile, and was trying to bully her in reference to her children. We are asking, it is a $7,000 surety bond currently set. We are agreeable to reducing that to a $1,000 surety bond. The reason we are asking for a surety bond is because of her very recent FTA, as well as a history of violence based on her prior arrests for family violence battery and family violence simple battery. We are also going to ask that she stay away without exception from Miss Amanda Shoulders. That address is 255. Looks like that says Boundary Tree Drive in Ellenwood, Georgia. No further contact with her, and no further contact with any member of her household or her family. There also appears to be a TPO in place that should also have ordered that as part of it, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. That's all for the state. And we would like to sound for Ms. Shoulders in case she is present today.
Amanda Shoulders, if you want to address the court, please unmute and start your video. Don't see anyone. Okay. All right, Mr. Coleman.
Yeah, I'd be requesting a signature bond for Miss Handy. She is 34 years of age. She has lived here in Atlanta for the last 7 years. She has a bachelor's degree from Clark Atlanta University and is presently working on getting her real estate license. She is the mother of one 8-year-old child. Listening to her criminal history, it appears to be very brief. I did not hear any convictions. The charge that is before the court this time is a nonviolent offense. Again, I'd be requesting a signature bond on Ms. Handy's behalf.
All right. As you know, due to her recent FTA, she's disqualified from a signature bond, so it's going to have to be a $1,000 surety bond. No further contact with Amanda Shoulders, which means do not communicate with her in person, through a third party, through mail, email, phones, any kind of social media. If there is a pending protective order case against you, you're required to also comply with that protective order. Otherwise, you could risk being arrested and charged with aggravated stalking. Do not go to any location where Miss Amanda Shoulder works, resides, or is physically standing. You're to stay away from 255 Boundary Tree Drive in Ellenwood, Georgia. Okay.
I wanted to talk to Mrs. Folk. You said that there was a temporary order in place.
Right.
I had court on April 26th, and the temporary order that was initially served to me was dismissed. And I had a paid attorney for that. So I'm kind of confused.
Okay, so the TPO is dismissed. Good. So right now you only have this bond order.
Yes, but this warrant was placed on June 26th using the same thing that I was accused for March 16th. So I had already taken care of this in April with the judge, of which I had the TPO and it was dismissed. And then Ms. Shoulders, for whatever reason, went back on June 28th. I have not talked to Ms. Shoulders since March 16th when myself and her son was calling because we were going to pick up her daughter from school. And that's ideally where this initial case has come from. So the TPO was the initial contact that was given to me, of which I went to court and it was dismissed. And then on June 28th, guess she went, on her own and refiled this, and it was approved by the judge, and I had no knowledge of this. As my attorney, Mr. Coleman, let you know, I went to the annex building yesterday to get a background check for my real estate exam, and I was presented with this warrant. And the case here was the case that was dismissed as well.
What was the case number? Or if you have it,
Or
the TPO. Or if you have it, Ms. Falk?
I do, Your Honor. It is 24 CV 0303832, which is written on the warrant.
All right, let's take a peek at it. Oh, give me that number again. It's not coming up.
24 CV
Mhm.
003832.
Got one too many threes there. 3832. All right, so we had a TPO that was filed against Miss Alnisha Handy. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And let's see now. So the petition was filed on March 27, 2024, 2 days after the alleged incident date. The initial ex parte order was denied, and the case was scheduled for a hearing. The hearing was a continuance from April 30th, and the hearing was held after April 30th. And on May 7th, 2024, a 6-month protective order was issued against Alnisha Handy.
It appears that order was ended in November.
Correct. And the order was for May 3rd, 2024 until November 2nd, 2024. So, and it was by Judge Scott K. All right. So there was a valid protective order that was in place. So, all right. So we're going to go with we can unmute courtroom too. So do you understand, Ms. Handy?
So you said that when I went to court on April 26th and my case was handled by my attorney and myself on Zoom.
I don't know what happened on April 26th. The TPO order that was issued.
I never had been issued the report. That's why on my day when I was in Zoom, the judge dismissed and closed the case. My attorney, Malcolm, that was on that case, has it closed.
Contact your attorney because there was a final order issued in this case.
On April 30th.
Yeah,
On
looking at
7th,
looking
2024.
looking at the document before us now, the prior one that expired back in November, ma'am.
Right.
So that order is no longer in effect.
I
mean,
think
if
what
there's a new one.
she may, yeah, I apologize. I think what she may be trying to say is the order was not extended or renewed, which would have been the case, but there was an order.
Folks, I'm not going to
Yes.
speculate. All I know, there was a valid 6-month protective order, and that apparently has been expired. So we're moving on. Right now, we have a warrant for Miss Handy's allegations of harassing communications, and that warrant is in place. This is an active case. She's got a bond. She's got a no contact order, and her next court date is going to be August 19th.
And
Thank you, Your Honor.
this warrant is with the same allegations of what was accused on March of 2024, of which the temporary order was.
I have no idea what was discussed in Superior Court, but I can tell you that the warrant was for your harassing communications.
That was on.
It does include the same incident date, but in
Oh,
any
yeah.
event, I'll contact your emergency contact to see if they can post the bond, ma'am, if you can.
Nothing was dismissed. Nothing was eradicated. Nothing was vacated. This particular incident was the subject of a protective order that was alive and well for 6 months. August 19th is your reset date. Thank you.
Number 12, Lewis.
Number 12. Rashay Lewis is accused of battery, family violence, and simple battery, family violence from August 5th of this year, case 25 CR 4470Y. Ms. Lewis, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Mr. McLean. And any prize, Mr. Howard?
First, a resident of Oklahoma.
Right. And Mr. Scirocco, what's the state's recommendation, please?
Yes, Judge. We've spoken with the victim on this case. She confirmed they're married. They do live together in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and that the defendant's currently pregnant with the victim's child. They're in Atlanta visiting right now. And that incident location that you read about, the 6096 Barfield, is a hotel that they were staying at, got in an argument, and confirmed that the defendant hit him. Nothing like this has happened before, he's told us, and he wants to continue contact with the defendant. However, this is a recent incident, so we are opposed to further contact whatsoever for the time being. Given that they are out of state, there are lack of social ties here, lack of ties to the community. So we are recommending a 1,000 surety total, 500 on each count, signature bond, excuse me, not that, for the defendant to complete FFIB and have no further contact with Desmond Lewis, no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond, and stay away from the 6096 Barfield Road in Sandy Springs, that hotel.
All right.
And we do want to sound for Mr. Desmond Lewis at this time.
All right, Mr. Lewis, please unmute and raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, Your Honor.
So 2 questions. Do you want to have contact with her?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And are you comfortable cohabitating with her again with yourself and your child?
Yes, ma'am, I am. Very much so.
Okay, that's all I need.
And if I,
That's all I need to know. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. McLean, with regards to the battery family violence, it's going to be 1,500. The simple battery is going to be 1,000. This is going to be a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. I'll allow for telephonic reporting. No further violent contact with Desmond Lewis and anybody else in the family. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons and no firearms. If there are any firearms at home, either the guns go or Miss Lewis's go, but both can't be under the same roof. While Miss Rashay Lewis is out on a signature bond, she will enroll and complete a 24-week domestic violence intervention program. She can do one in Georgia. They have online classes. She can register for one, make sure it's acceptable to a pretrial officer, and she needs to do all 24-week classes at her expense. She has to start the classes within 45 days of being released. Otherwise, if she wants to go back to Oklahoma, she can do the research and find a comparable program that's acceptable to Fulton County Pretrial Services, and she can do the program there.
Your Honor.
Let me finish. But in the meantime, she must make sure that she maintains a good mailing address with the clerk of state court so that we can send her summons of when to come back to court. Yes, Mr. McLean?
I'm sorry to interrupt. The 1000 so-and-so Avenue in Tulsa that is shown as the address, we need to add unit 4303 to make it a good mailing address.
All right. Could you type that in the chat to Miss April Champion?
Certainly will.
Update that.
The DVIP course is standardized nationally, so she could actually find a Tulsa person to give that to her.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. So, Mr. Lewis, she'll be released within 24 hours. She'll need to report to pretrial telephonically and enroll in that program within 45 days of being released. If there's any future violent contact, which is physical or verbal, she and the police find out, she could be arrested and brought back to Georgia. Thank you.
That's per judge, April.
Yeah. Yes, courtroom 2.
Number 13, Ms. McLeod, Angel McLeod.
Angel Bonita McLeod is accused of theft by shoplifting from August 1st, accusation 25 CR 4474G. Ms. McLeod, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Mr. McLean. Any prize?
Yeah, hold on for a minute. All right, McLeod. Yeah, she got a total of 8. We got an open terrorist threat to simple battery. 22 SC 181922 has a bench warrant. 2021 cruelty in the first. 2020 battery. 2015 ag assault, possession of a knife during the commission. First offender.
Thank you. Mr. Scarafa?
Thank you, Judge. With respect to the theft by shoplifting, it's currently set at a $1,000 surety. We do recommend that that remains set, given the open FTA, that open case, the terroristic threats and acts and simple battery, family violence, 2 counts of each. That's on judicial hold, and the FTA, I'm not sure if it's the same one, but she FTA'd on that case. So with respect to that, we recommend that remains set. Stay away from the Walmart, the incident location here at 4735 Jonesboro Road in Union City, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, she's got 3 years of college. She's 65 years old, has worked in child care, and is a certified nursing assistant for 30 years. Some difficulties going on here, Your Honor, but on the FTA, she told me about that. That is a Superior Court 22 SC case. So she didn't mean to miss court on that, but I explained to her that the phone calls she had been making to the clerk's office would be better done as in-person visits, not phone calls. So we would ask for a signature bond, but that may not be possible. If it's not possible, the 1,000 is the best situation we could be in, unless the court wanted to consider something like a $30 or $40 cash bond.
What was the value of the items allegedly taken? I can't remember, tell you the truth.
Roughly a little under $130 worth of ribeye steaks, Judge.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm gonna
Okay.
keep it at $1,000 surety bond. To stay away from the Walmart at 4735 Jonesboro Road in Union City. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and her next court date is going to be August 19th. Unfortunately, if she does make bond, she'll still have to remain in jail pursuant to the felony hold. Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 14, or
Genesis Orr is accused of 2 counts of simple battery family violence from July 11th, 2025, case 25 CR 4471H. Ms. Orr, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Mr. McLean. Any prize?
3rd. Last arrest was on the 2nd of this month. Suspended registration. 2023 trespass dismissed.
Mr. Scaraco?
Yes, Judge. So we've spoken with the victim on this case. She states they're no longer in a relationship and no longer live together. However, she still lives at the incident location. She denied the events in the warrant with the striking of her and the in the back of the head and the pushing of her several times. She states that she never told officers that the defendant hit her. So completely different from what we have in the warrant. And she states that she only called the police because the defendant was threatening to email her job. She reports that she's not in fear of the defendant and wants to continue contact here. We don't think that's a good idea. There seems to be other things going on here with the threatening of the job, and the circumstances surrounding this. So the state's recommendation is a signature bond through pretrial. We're asking for FFIB, no further contact whatsoever with Ms. Jones. Stay away from 240 Grant Street, Southeast Atlanta, the victim's address, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And we do want to sound for the victim at this time, Ms. Irha Jones.
Ms. Jones, if you're on Zoom, this is the time to unmute and start your video.
Yes,
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
yes,
And have you lost your job?
no.
Or was there a threat to your job?
I just don't want to lose my job.
I totally understand that. Was there a threat to your job?
She didn't threat. She's not a threat to my job.
But you believe that she could?
We just had a disagreement and just things got said. I don't, it was just a disagreement. But she's not a threat.
All right. With regards to this case, Mr. McLean, it's going to be $1,500 on each count. That's going to be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services. No further violent contact with Miss Jones, but she and Miss Jones cannot cohabitate. So she cannot be under the same roof as Miss Jones. They can meet outside, they can meet at her job, they can meet at a restaurant, at a cafe, in a park, but Miss Orr cannot cohabitate with Miss Jones. Next court date will be sent to her new mailing address or whatever her current mailing address is, as long as it's not the same as the victim. Courtroom 2? Yes, ma'am.
Just wanted to know, can we just not cohabitate at this address or any address ever again in life?
You move out, and within 30 days, you give me your new address that's not the same as Miss Jones. And once this case is resolved, then perhaps you can resume cohabitation with Miss Jones.
I've already moved out.
What?
I've already moved out.
I didn't understand that.
I don't know. I don't live there anymore. I've already moved out. I already have moved. You can't stop using your mic. Stop using the mic. I'm confused.
I'll talk to her after court, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Who's next?
We're gonna do position number 17, Mr. Pizza.
Your Honor, not to interrupt, I'm sorry. Well, I have not got a chance to file the entry of appearance. I am representing Mr. Pizza, and the entry will be filed by the end of today.
Sounds good. Justin Pizza is accused of 3 counts of theft by shoplifting from June 29th of this year. Accusation 25 CR 004441C. That's the new accusation number. Incident date appears to be June 29th of this year. And Mr. Pizza, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Mr. Sean Collins. Any priors?
Second, 2021 fade to appear. Should have gone with felony earlier for a drug charge.
That charge was dismissed.
All right.
I can confirm that. I saw that as well. Judge, there should be one from June 29th, but there should be 2 other with respect to the prior to in this same case. They should be dated May 28th and June 27th as well. Is that the case on what you're seeing
You're
there?
correct. No, I just read the bottom one, June 29th. So
Right.
3 shopliftings from 27th, from May 28th, June 27th, and June 29th of this year.
Okay, sounds good. The state's recommendation for this case, given the repeated return to the Home Depot at that 1580 Holcomb Bridge Road, address in Roswell. Presents a risk of reoffense here, given that he's been there 3 times and has taken things on 3 separate occasions. So the state's recommendation, it's currently set at a $2,500 surety on count 1. We're recommending a $1,500 surety total, 500 on each count. Anti-theft course, stay away from the Home Depot at that location, the 1580 Holcomb Bridge Road in Roswell, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. That is all for the state.
All right. Mr. Collins?
Your Honor, I was not aware of the FTA back in 2021, so I was going to ask for a signature bond, but I think with the FTA, he may not qualify for signature bond.
That'll be correct.
We have no objection with the state's proposal. I'm confused as to the dates myself. 528, 627, and 629, but this is the first time he was arrested. So I'm confused. I have not got a chance to fully talk with my client. I don't know exactly what happened, but we would not oppose what the state has proposed.
Okay. And which was the 1,000 on each, or 2,500 on each count, total?
It was 500 was the state's recommendation for each count, so 1,500
right.
total, Judge.
And that'd be a surety bond, correct?
Yeah.
That's correct.
1,500 surety bond. Next court date is August 19th. And stay away from the Home Depot in question. And I need him to stay away from all Home Depot stores in Fulton County, Georgia.
Yes, Your Honor. I will let him know. I'll make sure.
Okay.
That concludes my business, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, Mr. Collins, you have a good day. Thank you. And let's see now. Next case, please.
Position number 4, Ms. Callahan,
Okay.
position number 4.
All right, Debbie Milton, was everyone there when when I was making my announcement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Amber Callahan's accused of 2 counts of simple battery family violence from August 2nd, 2025, case number 25CR4473J. Ms. Callahan, excuse me. You've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is going to be Mr. Coleman. Any priors?
No.
First arrest, okay. Who is prosecuting, Ms. Falk or Mr. Scirocco? This is position number 4, Callahan.
Is this the add-on?
No, it's position
I
number 4.
believe it was an add-on, so I can address that, Your Honor.
Okay.
Let me pull that up.
We got an add-on?
We have an add-on calendar headed our way, so. On this one, Your Honor, this incident happened at 523 Hemingway Lane in Roswell on August 2nd of 2025. Devin Brown, he had his hair pulled and his shirt ripped. The 2 of them have both been living at that address for 2 years and share a 7-month-old child. We do have some concerns regarding their further contact, being that this just happened on the 2nd of August. And as I can see, this is the defendant's first arrest. So we are agreeable to an SOB through pretrial services. No further contact with Devin Brown. Stay away from 523 Hemingway Lane in Roswell, Georgia. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons. We are going to recommend an anger awareness or a family violence intervention program. We would at this time like to sound for Mr. Devin Brown. That's all for the state.
All right. I thought I saw a Devin Brown on Zoom. Is he still here? There he is. All right. Mr. Brown?
Hello, how you doing, Your Honor?
Fine, thank you. If you'd like to raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And how do you feel about contact with Amber?
I have no problem with having contact with my wife. What the officer said, he changed the words a little, but she is not violent. We've been together. She none so ever. She's pregnant. We have a 7 month old, like the other lady said, and we have a 2 year old, well, a 5 year old, I'm sorry. And she takes care of my daughter like it's her own. We don't argue in front of them. We rarely argue. She's an amazing wife. I don't have anything to say. I called the police to allow the police to maybe de-escalate it. Other than that, he asked me what happened. I told him, I told him that she pulled my hair on an accident. She was trying to grab my shirt. She did not intentionally pull on my hair. She's not violent at all. And we tend to talk all our problems out. I have no problem with being around my wife and everything. I don't feel unsafe. I don't feel anything.
All right, thank you. Mr. Coleman, on the each count for the simple battery family violence, it's going to be 1,500. This is going to be a 3,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. No further violent contact with Mr. Devin Brown. She may return to the marital home and they can live together, but there cannot be any future physical or verbal altercations. Otherwise, if the police get involved again, she could be back in jail with no bond or a very high cash bond. While she's out on a signature bond, she will complete 2 anger awareness classes, no illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next is position,
Thank you.
position 8, Ms. Gregory.
I can't remember the last time we had so many DV cases in one fell swoop, but here we go. Ambria Gregory is accused of 1 count of battery DV, family violence, and 3 counts of simple battery family violence from July 30th, 2025. Ms. Gregory, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Mr. Coleman. Any priors?
Third, 2018 ex stalking, first offender.
Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. This happened on July 30th, 2025. The defendant pulled her husband's hair. David Gregory pulled his hair, struck his head with a closed fist, and bit his right bicep, causing a bruise. We are asking for being that she was previously on first offender for an aggravated stalking. We do have concerns given our office does consider an aggravated stalking to be a serious and a violent offense. So we are asking for a $3,000 surety bond, stay away from the address at 223 Harper Street, Palmetto, Georgia. No further contact with David Gregory, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. We would like to sound for Mr. David Gregory at this time. That's all for the state.
All right. Mr. David Gregory, if you want to contribute to the proceeding, this is the time to unmute and start your video. Okay. Mr. Coleman, what's your recommendation?
Your Honor, I'll be requesting a signature bond on behalf of Ms. Gregory. Appears this is only her 3rd arrest. Last arrest was some 7 years ago. She is a lifetime resident of Atlanta, Fulton County, the mother of 3 children, ages 1, 4, and 9. Ms. Gregory is not working, therefore she has no money to post her bond. I remind the court at this time that these are just allegations against Ms. Gregory. Again, given that her last arrest was 7 years ago, and she has a limited legal criminal history, we'd be requesting a signature bond.
On the battery family violence, it's going to be 1,500. Counts 2, 3, and 4 are going to be 500 each. Her total bond is going to be 3,000, and that's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. She's to have no further contact with David Gregory. She's to stay 200 yards away from him and not communicate with him in any way, form, or manner. She's also to stay away from 233 Harper Street in Palmetto, Georgia. She's allowed a one-time visit with a police officer to retrieve her personal belongings. But after that, she would have to update the court with her new address within 30 days of being released. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. And her next court date will be set to her new address. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next is position 18, Ms. Sharif.
First arrest.
Okay.
And did you say Sharif?
Zakima Sharif.
Okay, thank you.
Position 18. One count of simple battery, family violence, and one count of criminal trespass from June 12th of this year. Her accusation number is 25 CR 004-443F. Ms. Sharif, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Mr. McLean. Any priors? Mr. Howard? See on Zoom or mute?
I have first arrest, Judge. Is Sharif correct?
Oh, I'm sorry. She did say first arrest. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's your recommendation?
Yes, so we have spoken with both victims here, one being Natasha Nelson, who's the mother of the victim of the simple battery family violence. And she herself is the victim of the criminal trespass. She stated she wasn't present during the incident, but she was on FaceTime with the other victim, Darius Nelson, when this happened. It's her residence where her son lives as well. And she stated she's okay with no violent contact, but she wants the defendant to stay away from the residence. She should be on the Zoom. We also spoke with Darius Nelson. He stated they are not in a relationship, don't live together, and do share the two children. He confirmed the events in the warrant with the striking and the damage to the property there, that being the door frame of Miss Natasha Nelson. And he explained to us this is not the first time the defendant's been violent towards him, but it is the first time police have been called. He stated he does not want contact with the defendant and wants her to stay away from the residence. He stated he's okay with a third-party transfer for the children, given what he has told us about prior incidents between them. The state's recommendation is for a $2,000 total surety, $1,500 on the simple battery family violence, and $500 on the criminal trespass, given the risk of reoffense here, for the defendant to complete FFIB, have no further contact with Darius Nelson, no further contact with Natasha Nelson, and to stay away from the apartment complex located at 400 Fairburn Road in Atlanta. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And at this time, we would like to sound for the Nelsons.
All right, Mr. or Miss Nelson, if you're on Zoom, this is the time to unmute and start your video. All right, Mr. McLean, please unmute.
Thank you, Your Honor. My client would request third-party transfer for child visitation, and she's going to be, she has no reason to be there at that address, and she will stay away. She's asking the court to consider a signature bond.
Okay.
Thank you.
Count one is going to be 1,500. Count two is going to be 1,000. This is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. No further contact with Natasha Nelson. No further contact with Darius Nelson. If Ms. Sharif wishes to have Mr. Nelson see the kids, then they have to exchange it on a parenting plan through a third party. The third party cannot be Natasha Nelson. So somebody else has to pick up the kids and return the kids to Ms. Sharif if they decide to engage in a parenting plan. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. And Ms. Sharif is going to undergo 2 anger awareness classes at the present time. Her next court date will be sent to her address. I have a completely different address. She cannot be residing at 400 Fairburn Road in Atlanta, Georgia, so she needs to stay away. But I have a different address for Miss Sharif.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's not her place at all.
All right. Okay. Sounds good. Next case.
Number 16, Pettigrew.
Oh, okay. Are we done with ACDC? Okay. Damon Pettigrew is accused of theft by shoplifting from August 1st of this year. Accusation 25 CR 4475B. Mr. Pettigrew, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Mr. McLean. Mr. Howard, any priors?
Third, 2023 failure to appear. 2022 theft by receiving conviction. He wanted out of Cobb County.
So you've got a Cobb County hold? Okay, thank you. Mr. Scirocco?
Yes, Judge. Let me check very briefly on the date of that FTA. I know it's 2023. I just want to make sure. It was from, yeah, December 8th, 2023. So less than 2 years ago. The state's recommendation for this, given the recent conviction for theft by receiving out of Cobb and his recent FTA, is for the bond to remain set. It's a $665 surety currently. We are asking for anti-theft course. Stay away from Walmart at 4735 Jonesboro Road in Union City, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. That is all for the state.
Mr. McLean?
Ironically, he'd be better off with $1,000 surety bond if it has to be a surety bond, because otherwise they won't, the companies won't touch it. We would ask the court to consider a signature bond if that is possible. He went to Banneker High School. He works temporary staffing jobs. He's 23 years old, and he will go see about his Cobb matter. Thank you.
Unfortunately, the failure to appear does exclude him from a signature bond. So the bond's going to be set at $1,000 surety. Next court date is going to be August 19th. Stay away from the Walmart at Jonesboro Road in Union City. And no illegal drugs and no weapons, no firearms.
Thank you.
Courtroom 2, please unmute.
I had got FTA. I did 6 months for it, and they had said I had signature bond on it for my FTA.
That's good, but you're not getting one from me today.
Huh?
Thank you.
We're gonna do add-on number 5.
All right, give me a moment to pull that up. There we go. I have 6 cases on the add-on.
Correct.
Okay. All right, so we have Shanique Stiles, case number 25 CR 0044908. And I do apologize if I'm going a little slow because I'm trying to read this new calendar that and Ms. Stiles is charged with 1 count of battery and 1 count of criminal trespass from July 17th, 2025. Her accusation number is 25 CR 4490H. Mr. Howard, do you happen to have the pre-trials for the add-ons?
Yeah, they want to push you. I got 2020 battery, criminal damage to property, 2nd degree, home invasion in the 2nd degree, cruelty in the 1st degree. I forgot what the disposition was. State.
Was that all one case that you found there?
Yes.
I have that being at least for the battery and the criminal damage to property in the 2nd. That was she received First Offender Act treatment for that in 2022.
Okay.
Is Your Honor familiar with this set of facts for this
Oh,
past?
I can definitely say no because I just pulled up the calendar. So,
Okay.
but
So
go ahead.
this did take place. This was at 3752 Cascade Road in Atlanta on July 17th of this year. It's a T-Mobile Metro PCS retail store, and the victim was one of the employees at that store, Miss Amber Chilson. I want to make sure I'm saying that correctly. She was working there at the time, and a woman by the name of Miss Mitchell came in with a phone that ultimately belonged to the defendant. The officers determined, but Miss Mitchell had given the phone over to Miss Chilsum, and the defendant came in demanding the phone, and but it's against company policy to just hand over the phone from someone other than the person who came in and gave it to you, naturally. So the defendant lost it. She struck the victim repeatedly in the head, damaged her iPhone that she was using to try and call the police, and yeah, and as a result, the victim sustained blackened, bruised eye. And from what we've heard from her as well, we've spoken with her. She confirmed the events in the warrant and explained that she has a blood clot in her eye as a result of this incident. She did go to the emergency room, and she was told that the surface area of her eye was bruised, and she has another appointment with an ophthalmologist on Friday. She is experiencing blurry vision. We'll be looking into the injuries here with respect to charging. She stated she was fired as a result of this incident. She does not wish to have contact with the defendant and should be on the Zoom. So the state, given the extent of the injuries here and the loss of vision, and also that prior case for, I mean, similar charges, you have battery and criminal damage to property in the second degree from 2022. Bond is currently set at 6,000. Surety, we are recommending a reduction to 3,000 total surety, 2,000 for the battery, and 1,000 for the criminal trespass, given the risk of reoffense as evident by our history. 2-day anger awareness, no further contact with Amber Chilsum. And even though she doesn't work there anymore, we are asking for a stay away from that place of business, the T-Mobile Metro PCS at 3752 Cascade Road, Atlanta, given the behavior, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
All right.
And can we sound for Miss Chilsum?
Okay. Amber Chisholm, if you want to address the court, please unmute and start the video. Is there a Sonia Mitchell on Zoom who wants to
Hello.
take your hat off, Miss Chisholm? You're in a courtroom.
Oh, sorry.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
What would you like to tell us?
As a result of this incident, I've never met this lady a day in my life. I was on company policy. I can't give somebody a phone when you just come in demanding the phone. I don't know you. I don't know y'all situation.
How did the phone end up in your hand?
Sonia brought the phone in. She purchased a phone from us the night before. She was asking me to transfer her device information from the phone that Miss Styles gave her over to the new device that she bought from Metro.
See. And
So
was Miss Mitchell in the store when Miss Styles appeared?
She was in the store previously the night before, because this situation was an ongoing process.
And did Miss Mitchell tell you to hand the phone back to Miss Styles?
No, she did not. I looked at her several times. She said continue transferring it. So I did what the person who brought me the phone told me to do, as I told Miss Styles several times.
That's all I need to know. Thank you so much. Is there anybody else who wants to chime in on this case? Okay. Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, she's a high school graduate and has worked in the hotel industry, that is the hospitality industry, and she has been for 3.5 years a driver and local, not over the road. She's from Jonesboro, plenty of community contacts. We would ask the court to consider a signature bond. If that's not possible, then a 1,000.
On the battery charge, it's going to be a $1,500 surety bond. On the criminal trespass, it's going to be a $1,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. The total is going to be a $3,000 split bond. No further contact with Amber Chisholm. I don't know about Sonia Mitchell, but that's neither here nor there. Once she posts part of the bond, she will then be reporting to pretrial once a month. If she gets arrested again for anything else, or if she doesn't appear in court, she could jeopardize half of that bond amount. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. Thank you.
Add-on number 2. Come on, man.
This is Deshawn Nicole Juriel, is that correct? Juriel, a case 25 CR 4495C. Ms. Juriel, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is going to be Mr. McLean. Ms. Juriel is accused of simple battery, family violence. Incident date appears to be August 2nd, 2025. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
9. 2014 contempt of state court and bail jumping. 2013 a couple of probations, shoplifting conviction, FTA, a resident of Warner Robins.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Falk?
Yes. Pretrial, when was the bail jumping offense? Was that did you
2014.
say 2019 or what date did you say?
14.
14. Thank you. Your Honor, there is only one count remaining in this case, and we modified that to a simple battery with a $1,000 surety bond set on it. We did NOD the terroristic threats count, which was originally taken out. Essentially, the officer observed this defendant striking another female by the name of Chanel Hagler. The officer gave the defendant a verbal command to stop striking her, and at that point she did. And then during the interview, she resumed striking Miss Hagler with her hands and a bag. And then at that point, since she refused to comply with verbal instructions, she was taken under arrest. We are not clear on the relationship between Miss Hagler and Miss Juriel, the defendant. And we are asking for since the bail jumping was outside of 10 years ago, we are asking for a signature bond through pretrial services level 1, no further contact with Chanel Hagler, stay away, from her residence or workplace. This did not happen at either, so we were not asking for a stay away from the Shannon Parkway location, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. And we would like to sound from Ms. Chanel Hagler at this time. That's all for the state.
Ms. Hagler, if you're on Zoom, this is the time to unmute and start your video. Okay. Mr. McLean, on the position number 2 with regards to Ms. Juriel, it's going to be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. No further contact with Chanel Hagler. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons and firearms. And her next court date will be sent to her current residential address.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, someone say something?
Say, what if she don't have an address?
Well, that's a problem then. Where do you live?
On the streets.
Okay. I'm gonna make it a well, I can't do it through pretrial since she doesn't have a valid address. Do you have a phone number or an email?
No.
All right, Mr. McLean, how do we communicate with her?
I could ask her to use one of the reliable of the mail drops if she'll go to First Presbyterian Church, which is next to the High Museum up on the street. That's an excellent mail drop. They take care of their clients very well.
Are you familiar with that location? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, she's not
And Your
familiar.
Honor, this occurred in Union City, so that's quite a bit of ways from the High Museum. I would just ask that if that's the case, and to be clear, I'm not trying to punish her for not having a residential address, but we either need to leave the $1,000 surety bond in place until we can get some sort of arrangement for her where she can pick up her notice so that she doesn't go into FTA status.
Oh, so can I just do time instead of that? Instead of ways over?
Okay. Mr. McLean, I'm amending it to a $500 surety bond. The next court date is August 19th. And we will see what happens then. Thank you.
I think that is referred to as defeat snatched from the jaws of victory.
Yeah. Poetic, but true. All right, thank you.
Next is number 3, Arnold.
Mr. Did you say position 3 on the add-on?
No, regular.
No, on the regular calendar.
Okay, let me switch back. Okay. Montrez Arnold's case is 25 CR 4460G. Mr. Arnold is accused of the following 6 charges stemming from a August 5th, 2024 incident. Battery against a female who's pregnant, 2 counts. 2 counts of simple battery and 2 counts of criminal trespass. Mr. Arnold, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Mr. Coleman. Any prize?
12 adult. You got an open felony, 24 PR 001233. Possession of a firearm by convicted felon, possession of marijuana, failure to obey sign. You got some more firearm convictions. I got 2015, 3 counts of ag assault, unlawful participation in criminal street gang conviction. 2015 conspiracy to commit armed robbery, ag assault vehicle into person, ag assault weapon, possession of a firearm by convicted felon, possession of a firearm during the commission. Provide minor with weapon to commit forcible violent felony conviction.
When was this?
Oh, that's all one charge, 2015.
Oh, wow.
That was the conviction.
Okay.
2014 ag battery, ag assault, firearm possession, and cruelty in the third conviction.
Thank you. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. And I just wanted to add that in this particular case, the defendant has had a previous offense with the same victim, 22 CP 209674, that was later dismissed. And that involved the same victim. At the time of the offense, a bond order was set for this defendant in the amount of a $5,000 surety bond with no further violent contact with Miss Presley, no weapons, and stay away from 965 Sells Avenue Southwest in Atlanta. On this particular case with Miss Presley, she was pregnant at the time of this offense. They do share children together. The defendant kicked her multiple times while she was on the ground, grabbed her and slung her to the ground during a verbal argument, and then kicked her repeatedly. She was 8 months pregnant, so EMS had to be called out to check on her condition, and she was transported to Grady along with her 1-year-old child who was with her at the time. She also had some redness to her neck as a result of this incident, and Miss Presley's phone was also destroyed as a part of this incident. Again, as you've heard, this all happened yesterday. We did have an opportunity to speak with Miss Presley. She stated they are not in a relationship. They do not live together. They do share 2 children. She said she no longer lives at that incident location, which is interesting since it just happened within the last 24 hours. I am confused at how she is no longer living at 557 Lake Avenue Northwest in Atlanta. She also stated she did confirm the events in the warrant. However, she did state that the defendant had, oh, and I apologize. I just noticed the date on this. It was last year, 2024. It said August 5th, and I thought it was 2025.
No.
She did state this is not the first time he has been violent toward her. She did also, we acknowledged that 22 CP case that the state put on the record, and she said they have been co-parenting since this incident. There has been no violence since. She is not in fear of the defendant and wants to continue contact. However, given the defendant's pretty violent history, we are in disagreement with that. We are asking for a $7,500 surety bond. We are also asking for no further contact with Miss Presley No alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Stay away from her residence, wherever that may be. And we are asking that he also, if there can be some sort of FVIP ordered for him due to his violent history, that I believe that would be a necessity given the circumstances. That's all for the state. We would like to sound for Ms. Presley. And again, I just cannot impress enough with the history and the fact that he threw an 8 months pregnant person down and kicked her repeatedly. There's just some concerns in combination with his violent history.
All right, Ariana Presley, if you're on Zoom, this is the time to unmute and start your video. All right, she's not present. Mr. Coleman?
Yeah, I'd be requesting signature bond on lieu of that, a low bond for Mr. Arnold. He is 28 years old, a lifetime resident of Atlanta, Fulton County.
Ma'am,
All right.
hello.
Please hold, Mr. Coleman. Do you mind pausing?
No, that's fine.
All right. Miss Ariana Presley, if you want to address the court, you need to start your video, remove your hat, and unmute.
Hi, I am here.
All right, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay.
Some of the events that they said occurred, it did occur, but I think officers, they just be over exaggerating of like how certain things happen. I did not have any redness or bruising on my neck. And me and him, we are co-parenting, and he's like my only support to my children. And ever since that accident happened, he haven't did anything. And like we have kids together, and one of my kids' birthday is this weekend, and everything has been fine since then. He's not a threat to me or my children.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Coleman, you were saying?
Yes, again, I'd be requesting signature bond on lieu of that, a low bond for Mr. Arnold. He is 28 years of age, a lifetime resident of Atlanta, Fulton County. He went as far as the 10th grade. He is currently employed at CKS Packaging, the father of two children. Having heard from Ms. Presley, she states that the claims in the police report are inaccurate at this time. Again, I'd be requesting a signature bond on behalf of Mr. Arnold.
And Your Honor, I would just like to point out the only claim she said was inaccurate is the redness on her neck, not the fact that she was thrown down to the ground and kicked repeatedly. I also would like to point out that under 14 SC 127811, 15 SC 138585, and 15 SC 138673, this defendant has been convicted not once, not twice, but 3 times of crimes involving aggravated assault.
Thank you. All right. On count 1, battery against a female who's pregnant, that's going to be a $3,000 surety bond. Count 2 is going to be $2,000. Count 3 is going to be $1,000. Count 4 is $1,000. Count 5 is $1,000, and count 6 is $1,000. Counts 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, that's going to be a total of a $6,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 3. No further contact with Ariana Presley. No further contact with the children that he shares with Miss Presley. If he wishes to have any contact with the children, he would need to file a legitimation case in the appropriate superior court and get a appropriate parenting plan and a child support agreement in order to maintain any contact with the children. No further contact with Ariana Presley means he has to stay 200 yards away from her and do not communicate with her in any way, form, or manner, including in person, mail, email, phones, and social media. Within 30 days of being released, he will enroll in a 24-week domestic violence intervention program, and he will attend and complete all 24 classes at his expense. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons and no firearms, and he will be subject to random screens for illegal drugs and or alcohol. Mr. Arnold, within 30 days of being released, you must also update us with your new address. It cannot be the same address as the victim, Miss Presley. Thank you.
Your
Thank
Honor,
you.
based on the history, the state would object to a surety bond, a signature bond on this case.
Understood.
And this per judge, what's the total on the split?
It's $9,000 split, 3,000 surety, 6,000 signature bond pretrial.
Position number 7, Oakley.
7. Jaquan Shamad Gooseby is case 25 CR 44628. Mr. Gooseby is accused of 3 counts of battery family violence and 2 counts of simple battery family violence for a total of 5 charges stemming from a July 11th, 2025 incident. Mr. Gooseby, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is Mr. Coleman. Any priors?
I counted about 10. We got an open case in state court. Simple battery obstruction. Simple battery against pregnant person or person 65 years or older. 25 CR 003 295A. 2016 and 15 contempt of court. That's out of state. I think it's Virginia. 2012 larceny, grand larceny conviction, I'm sorry. And a 2011 assault conviction.
Thank you. Ms. Falk? Please unmute.
Mr. Gooseby's previous bond on that simple battery family violence, willful obstruction, simple battery against a pregnant female, and simple battery family violence, the 3295A case, he received a 4,000 signature bond through pretrial services from Judge Morrow on June 12th of 2025 with no further violent contact with Janae Connor and 1 day anger awareness, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. On this date, which was less than, which was within 1 month of him getting that bond, we had an incident on July 11th of 2025 at 332 Ponce de Leon Avenue where the defendant pushed Miss Janae Connor to the ground, kicked her in the back multiple times. Officers did observe that she had a bloodied right eye, swelling, and bruising to her face from this attack. They were living together at the time of this incident when this happened, and they were in a verbal dispute about financial issues as well as their unborn child. We would like to just say that we did have an opportunity to speak with Ms. Gooseby. She stated they have been living together in various Airbnbs, and she is currently 8 months pregnant with their child. She stated there was an altercation, but she could not confirm what happened, but she did confirm her injuries. She did acknowledge the open case as well as that no further violent contact, and that this is in violation of the bond order. We are asking that pretrial services come off of that bond given the circumstances. We're also asking for a $5,000 cash bond on this case, no further contact with Janae Connor, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and stay away from anywhere she was currently residing, since it does appear she's residing in different locations right now. That's all for the state. And we would like to sound for Ms. Connor if she is present. I believe I see her here on the Zoom.
Ms. Connor, if you'd like to address the court, please unmute and start your video. All right, Mr. Coleman.
Your Honor, I'd be requesting a signature bond on lieu of that a low bond for Mr. Gooseby. He is 33 years of age. He's resided in Atlanta, Fulton County for the last 5 years. Mr. Gooseby is a high school graduate, the father of 1 teenage child. I remind the court at this time that these are just allegations against Mr. Gooseby. Again, I'd be requesting a signature bond on lieu of that a low bond for Mr. Gooseby.
All right, thank you. For the older case, 25 CR 003 295A, the $4,000 signature bond is surrendered and will be amended to a $4,000 surety bond with no further contact with Janae Connor, and stay away from wherever she's physically located, and also have no contact with any child that he shares with her. He would need to file a legitimation action in order to get joint visitation and custody. With regards to the current case, count 1 and count 2 and 3 are going to be 1,500 each. And count 4 is going to be 1,000. Count 5 is going to be 1,000. This is going to be a 4,500, 55, 6,500 cash bond only. No contact again with Jate Connor, and no illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Thank you.
Thank you, Your
next
Honor.
court date. Next court date for both cases will be August 19th. Ms. Champion, please make a note. It'll be for both cases.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Position number 10, Hall.
Baron Hall is accused of 1 count of simple battery family violence and 1 count of simple assault family violence from December 30th of last year, case 25 CR 4464A. Mr. Hall, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Mr. Coleman. Mr. Howard, please.
5th arrest, 2023. Simple battery, criminal damage to property in the second. 2012 forgery, first degree, criminal attempt to commit a felony, first offender. And a 2015 FTO.
Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happened back on December 30th of 2024 at 1000 Park Avenue Northeast. Defendant threw water and hair oil on Miss Celia Walker on that date during a verbal argument. He then chased her, causing her to run outside into the lobby. As you have heard, the defendant has, I'm seeing 5 previous cycles that include this arrest as well. And I do not believe, let me just, sorry, just take a moment to bring this screen over. I do not believe that any of them included, well, there was a simple battery that was dismissed in 2024, and he does have an FTA from, it looks like 2015, so about 10 years ago. We are agreeable to an SOB through pretrial services. We did have an opportunity to speak with the victim in this case, who stated that they are no longer living together, they do not share children, and they are no longer in a relationship. She stated that prior to this incident, he had damaged her belongings in her apartment while she wasn't there. And this, they had an altercation in June where he would not let her leave and began swinging her dog around and throwing it. And she called the jail asking her to, and he called the jail asking her to make a statement and help him get bond. She does not want contact. She does not want violent contact. And so we are agreeable to an SOB through pretrial services, stay away from her residence. We are agreeable with no further violent contact, although it doesn't appear they have any reason to have contact, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. We would like to sound at this time for Miss Celia Walker.
Ms. Walker, if you'd like to say anything, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
I do.
So this occurred last December.
Yes.
And have you seen him since then?
Yes.
When did you see him last?
A lot. We dated after that still.
And did you happen to mention to him that there was a warrant?
I didn't know there was a warrant, Your Honor. I honestly
You
did
happen
not.
to mention to him that you called the police and reported the
He was
incident?
aware that I called the police on that night.
All right, well, here we are. So why would you want to have contact with him?
I'm not opposed to contact with him. I do feel like we're in a place now where we're both growing and moving on with our lives, going separate ways. That's kind of what was happening when this whole incident, even not this incident, but this whole us even being here today kind of happened. So I think we both made peace with the situation and we were going our separate ways. So this definitely has been a surprise to me as well. And I'm honestly here today solely just to speak in support of him being released and a bond.
Okay, Thank you. Mr. Coleman, anything else to add?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Again, I have no objection to Mr. Hall being released on the signature bond.
On the simple battery, it's going to be 1,500. On the simple assaults, 1,000. It's a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. No further violent contact with Celia Walker, and well, stay away from the 1,000 Park Avenue location in Northeast Atlanta. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. He will attend and complete 2 anger awareness classes with pretrial services. And as long as he reports to court, doesn't violate the conditions of the bond, and maintains a good mailing address with the court, he should be in good stead. Thank you.
Position number 19, Andre White.
Your Honor, before we move on to that one, it's my understanding that David Gregory, the husband of Ambria Gregory, is on the Zoom call. He wants to address the contact issue.
Can I just finish my rest of my calendar first?
Sure.
Thank you. Andre White is accused of simple battery family violence, case number 25 CR 004444H. Mr. White is simple battery family violence from a June 28th, 2025 incident. And Mr. White, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Mr. McLean. Any prize?
White. 15. I got a 2020 parole violation. 98 armed robbery, ag assault. Everything is old.
Okay. And is the parole violation from the armed robbery conviction?
I think so, but don't quote me.
All right. Mr. Scarato?
Yes, thank you, Judge. So we have spoken with the victim here. They are not in a relationship. They do not live together, and they share 2 children. One of whom being the child that was out in the yard that the defendant was angry over the child being out in the yard. Okay. She states that the events in the warrant are correct. She confirmed those. She stated this is the first time the defendant's been violent towards her. She states they have not had any contact since this incident, and that she would be okay with no violent contact, but wants the defendant to stay away from the residence. We don't think no further violent contact is sufficient here, given the circumstances with the child and the money and all the anger and the jealousy. So we are asking for no further contact. I don't believe the victim is on, but we would ask the court sound for Miss Jessica Poole when appropriate in accordance with Marcy's law. State would be fine with the signature bond through pretrial services here. We are asking for FFIB, no further contact with Jessica Poole. Stay away from 1770 Richmond Circle, Southeast Atlanta, the apartment complex at that location, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
Jessica Poole, if you're on Zoom and you want to address the court, please unmute and start your video. All right, Mr. Coleman? Any objection with the stay away and no contact?
Oh, that'll be
sorry,
fine.
Mr. McLean, sorry about that.
That's fine. You're put in chat. I don't have the zip code for his whatever's in Odyssey on Cole, COLE, is an incorrect address for him. He lives on Key Haven, so he certainly doesn't have anything to do with the address in question, nor his old address. So I'll put in chat his new address. No objection, Your Honor.
All right, this person on iPhone, what's your name? Oh, not Poole. Okay, as long as it's not Jessica Poole. On the simple battery family violence, that's going to be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 2. You can be released on a $5,000 signature bond as long as you stay away from 1770 Richmond Circle in Atlanta, Georgia. You have no contact with Jessica Poole, and you have no contact with the children that you share with Ms. Poole. You are to undergo a domestic violence intervention program within 30 days of being released, which means that you will attend and complete all 24 classes at your expense to begin within 30 days of being released. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. and you'll need to also update us with your current mailing address in writing within 30 days of being released. Thank you.
Number 20, Williams.
And this was a dual arrest, if I'm not mistaken, Lydell Williams.
Who was it with?
Is it Hernandez Kilgore? Is he on the calendar here?
Is he on the add-on?
No, not on the add-on.
Is there
Okay.
a Kilgore in the courtroom?
No. As a
Okay.
matter of fact, his phone wasn't even on our pull sheet today.
All right. So
Yeah.
Lydell Williams is accused of battery, misdemeanor possession of marijuana less than 1 ounce, one more count of battery and simple battery from August 4th of 2025. Mr. Williams, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is going to be Mr. McLean. Any priors?
7.
Your Honor, co-defendant, he went to Grady instead.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm
We
sorry.
got to open 2024 battery. I don't have a case number.
Okay.
Got to open DUI. Is that Wyoming? 2016 felony obstruction, possession of marijuana conviction. 2012 trespass conviction. State, you got the case number for the 2024?
No, I don't. I was looking for it. I did not see it.
All right.
But I did see that arrest in there for battery. So, Judge, the state's recommendation, given that recent case for battery from 2024 here, and the very fact that the other individual here, Mr. Hernandez Kilgore, is still at Grady for the injuries sustained, we're recommending a $2,000 total surety at $500 for each count, 2-day anger awareness, no further contact with Mr. Hernandez Kilgore. Stay away from 5022 Old National Highway in College Park, the Valero gas station. And no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, he's a high school graduate, 31 years old. He's worked in a restaurant, construction, and electrical work in the last 5 years. Your Honor, he would ask the court to consider a signature bond. If that is not possible, then he would ask the court for $1,000 surety. The possession of marijuana would probably merit UGAR itself, but that's his request based on he's a person with ties to the community and is working. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Please unmute courtroom 2. Mr. Williams, you've been advised of your right to remain silent. If you decide to waive your right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you.
My receipt.
If you want to waive your right to remain silent, it's up to you.
Okay, so that
So we represent you because we're going to speak for you in a bond hearing. Today is not a hearing that would settle any issues in the case. It's not your trial. It's not your plea bargain day. It's not a plea and arraignment day. So the state's made a recommendation on bond. I've made a recommendation on bond. The court will set a bond based on the factors that have to do with bond. I have a feeling you're about to talk about something that is just sticking your. So why don't we leave it where it is and let the judge rule?
And I should add, if pretrial didn't, I do see a felony obstruction conviction from 2017.
On count 1, battery is going to be $1,000 surety. Count 2 is going to be $100 surety. Count 3, battery is a $500 surety. And count 4, simple battery is a $400 surety. His total bond is a $2,000 surety bond. No further contact with Hernandez Kilgore, and stay away from the Best American Hotel on, can't remember what street that was. Was it?
Old National Highway,
Old
Judge.
National Highway? Okay.
Mhm.
He may return to the hotel one time or the inn one time only with a police officer to retrieve his belongings. Within 30 days of being released and obtaining his belongings, he's to update the court with his new residential address. Next court date is going to be August 19th.
Your Honor, I don't know if Your Honor is looking at Odyssey, the thing shown with the 30016 zip code in
Whose address? Mr. McLean?
Lydell Williams.
Okay, let me get to that. Does he have a different address?
No, that showing in Odyssey is his best mailing address, Your Honor. He has all kinds of relatives in Conyers and Covington. That's Covington where he grew up, and that's his best mail address is that River Road.
Okay. If that's his current address, we'll accept it. Courtroom 2, please unmute.
Excuse me, can I please speak on that? Okay, the guy who I
Heard me, Mr. Williams. I don't think you understood a word I said.
go ahead, all right.
Okay, thank you.
Number 9, Hadley.
Devontae Hadley is accused of 2 counts of battery family violence, 2 counts of simple battery family violence, and 1 count of criminal trespass causing damage to property. Incident date is September 17th, 2024. Case number is 25 CR 4463C. Mr. Hadley, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Mr. McLean.
First.
Okay, thank you.
It's
And
actually Mr. Coleman.
all right, Mr. Coleman. Oh, and Ms. Falk, what's the recommendation for Mr. Hadley?
Yes, Your Honor. We had an opportunity to speak with Shanta Hadley, who is the mother of the defendant. She stated that the defendant lives between her home and his girlfriend's home currently. She did confirm the events in the warrant, and she stated that she had to pay $350 to repair the window that he broke. She also stated that he brought the cameras back to her that he had taken, and one of the 4 cameras was broken. She stated that the defendant is still disrespectful, but has not been violent towards her, and she is okay with no violent contact. She did state she will be here on Zoom. The defendant essentially tackled her and pushed her to the floor of the living room, and she did sustain bruises on both arms as a result of that. There was no mention of the taking of the cameras, but she did let our victim advocate know that. Given that this happened last year, and also that there is no previous history, we are agreeable to a signature bond through pretrial services. No further violent contact with Ms. Shanta Hadley, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and we will not ask for a stay away since he apparently has, over the last year, been living between households. And we would ask for anger awareness. That's all for the state. We would like to call for Ms. Shanta Hadley if she is here at the moment and would like to speak.
All right. Is there a Shanta Hadley?
I'm here.
And okay, Miss Hadley, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
I do.
All right. So, do you want to still have contact with Mr. Hadley?
Yes.
In what manner?
I help him a lot, I help him do a lot of different things, so I have to have contact with him because his mail come here.
Okay. Will he be living with you?
Well, right now he's in between. I don't know if he's gonna be here or over to his girlfriend's house. I really don't know.
You pick one. Which one? Girlfriend's house or your house? Can't be both.
He gonna be here.
So you're gonna let him live with you?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Coleman, with regards to Mr. Hadley, on counts 1, 2 is going to be $1,500 each. On the remaining charges are going to be $1,000 each, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $6,000 signature bond through pretrial services. Level 1. He will enroll and complete a domestic violence intervention program within 30 days of being released. He will have no further violent contact with Miss Shante Hadley, and he's not allowed to consume any illegal drugs, no alcoholic beverages, and not possess or own any weapons or firearms. He will be subject to random screens by pretrial for drugs and or alcohol. His domestic violence classes must begin within 30 days of being released, and he will attend and complete all 24 classes at his expense. If he plans to live with his mom, he is required to make sure that he checks his mail every day so that he won't miss out on his future court dates. Thank you.
What's that total?
6,000? Oh, is that correct? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's correct.
Number 22, he said he's gonna go pro se.
22? Okay.
22 is.
Weimer?
We have James Weimer, accused of simple battery against a police officer from July 6, 2025, case number 25 CR 004-476Y. Mr. Weimer, you have been advised of your right to remain silent. Anything you choose to say in open court about the facts or circumstances of your case, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to appointed counsel, an attorney, a lawyer to represent you. If you don't understand the criminal laws and procedures, then it would be highly advisable to have an attorney assist you. But if you choose to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself, then you'll be responsible for any legal decision you make. Courtroom 2, please unmute. Would you like to have an appointed counsel or would you like to represent yourself?
I would be representing myself, ma'am.
All right, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and Mr. Coleman, any priors? Sorry, not Mr. Coleman, Mr. Howard, excuse me.
25. 2025 disorderly conduct. 2020 probation. 2020 felony obstruction conviction. 2017 felony obstruction simple assault conviction. 2016 battery conviction, battery on firefighter or police conviction. 2016 resistant officer without violence conviction.
Thank you. Mr. Soroka?
Yes, Judge. As you've heard, there's a lot of violent cases against officers here in the defendant's history, and this case here involved the spitting on yet another victim of the defendant's office. It's jailer A. Farley at 254 Peachtree Street, the Department of Corrections City Jail there. So there's clearly a risk of reoffense, just general offense against officers. Does not appear to have learned anything over the years with these repeated offenses and convictions. State's recommendation is the bond remains set. It's currently a $2,000 surety. We're asking for no further violent or offensive contact with A. Farley. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. Anger management as well, excuse me.
Mr. Weimer?
I have, what can I say? I'm gonna say this. I would like a surety, a signature bond, because I have no FTA, because the FTAs, they do have the setting that they do have. I was in this jail and they never took me to court. So I have nothing to do with that. And what they're saying, I'll just say how you want to see it, because I'm pro se and I'll just wait time. In the court, I don't want to say too much, but it didn't happen, not guilty, so that's it.
All right.
Because I ain't got nothing to write and I can't write my notes, and so I just gotta read this out until I get some pen and paper.
You're correct. If you don't have any FTAs, you may qualify for a signature bond, but the other factor I have to look at is your history of criminal convictions, and you have a high propensity of violence, especially against law enforcement.
I have an appeal on all of them in which they know about, in which I just had the appeal on June 30th on that 2017, and I don't know what the judge ruled on that, but I had that appeal, that was for a new trial, and it hasn't been appealed. They haven't started my appeals over for nothing for the past 5 years. We waiting on transcripts on the other one to send the other bill, and that's all I can say. And
Bond is set at $1,000 surety, no violent contact with law enforcement. Next court date is going to be August 19th.
thank you.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the amount of the bond.
1,000?
Was that surety?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Next case.
Mr. White is on the add-on calendar.
Mr. White on the add-on calendar.
Add-on number 6. The add-on
Judge, I need to step away real quick. I don't have that history anyway.
Okay. I have Dante White, case number 25 CR 4489 B. Mr. White is accused of theft by shoplifting from April 11th, 2025. Mr. White, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney will be Mr. McLean. Any priors? Oh, we don't have the history. Mr. Scirocco, do you have the GCIC?
I can go into them briefly, Judge. There's,
Okay.
I see 10 cycles here. The most recent is a 2025 FTA. There was a 2024 PI. And then between then and 2018, where there was an ag assault that was dismissed, there was a driving while license suspended or revoked arrest that was transferred and amended, but I don't have the disposition for.
And what's the bond recommendation for shoplifting at REI?
For this one, given he was also arrested at a different REI, or there was a different case where he was caught on surveillance stealing from a different REI, and also returned subsequent to the actual theft here on June 2nd, excuse me, June 19th. There's a risk of reoffense, and with that 2025 FTA, state's recommendation is a $1,000 surety, which it is currently set at $1,000 surety. So we ask it remain as such, stay away from REI at 1165, Perimeter Center in Sandy Springs, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol as well. We are recommending an anti-theft course.
Thank you. Mr. McLean?
He's a Douglas High School graduate, went to 2 years at Georgia State, worked in restaurants, and now his most recent job after being in the restaurant industry is he's in computers now. He's doing information technology. Today he has a terrible toothache. He's very anxious to get out of jail because it's killing him. I explained to him that the $1,000 bond, we discussed the bonds and the FTA, and we discussed quite a few factors. And he asked me to ask the court to bend a bit on everything if it's possible to get a signature bond, and he would faithfully come back to court. His mom, I was able to reach. I believe she is also on Zoom.
And what's her name?
Sabrina White.
Okay, Sabrina White. I do see someone on Zoom. Yes.
Got community contact.
Yeah. First of all, Miss Grace, could you remove the hand up for Veronica Irvin? That's going to disrupt with the Zoom.
And I mentioned Miss White's presence. She was easy to get hold of, and she's here, so that just confirms his community contacts.
Okay.
And he's turned over a new leaf on and really wants to have a signature bond if that's possible. Thank you.
Okay. Miss Sabrina White, if you are on Zoom and you want to address the court, this will be the time to unmute and start your video. Okay, thank you. Mr. Dante White, with regards to the theft by shoplifting, your bond is going to be set at $1,000. That's the surety bond to stay away from the REI store at 1165 Perimeter Circle, I think.
Center, Your Honor, in Sandy Springs.
Okay, Perimeter Center in Sandy Springs. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. And your next court date is August 19th. Thank you. Courtroom 2, please unmute.
I was gonna say just that
Mr. White, You have been advised of your right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Okay, and I was gonna say that, that aggravated assault, that was, like, that should have been, that was a sponge off on record, like, you guys shouldn't even be able to see that, because that was a complete lie. That case was like closed, it was dismissed, it was sealed.
Can we discuss this after court, Mr. White?
Okay.
That is, I do believe it was dismissed. 2018, it was dismissed.
It should have been sealed, like where a judge.
With court personnel, Mr. White, we don't actually have expungement. In Georgia, we have restriction for the public. So I can explain all to you after court when it's appropriate instead of during a bond hearing.
Okay.
I thought we were, thank you.
Next case.
Position number 6 is a waiver. That's Aisha George.
Position number 6 on the main calendar is a waiver, so we'll address that shortly. And anything else?
Add-on 1 is a waiver.
All right, that's Ashley Conley, that's a waiver.
Add-on 3 and 4, Mitchell, is a waiver.
Okay.
Position number 15 on the regular calendar, Mr. Kenneth Pack, reset. Number 21, Mr. Wooten, stated that he was gonna postpone.
I'm sorry, what was the last one?
Mr. Wooten, position 21, he said he's gonna.
He's posting bond? Okay. All right, thank you. Let's address the waiver cases. I have position number 6. And I think it was position something else. Okay, let's do Aisha George, accused of simple battery, August 3rd, 2025, case 25 CR 4461J. And her particular case, her presence is waived by counsel. She's represented by Mr. McLean. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
10. Last arrest was in June. Possession of drug-related objects, obstruction. That was a conviction. 2025 disorderly conduct, 2 counts of obstruction conviction. 2024 trespass obstruction conviction.
That's good. Thank you. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm not sure. It does not appear that the individuals in this case knew one another. Mr. Mario Gonzalez, who was walking by, witnessed the defendant strike Miss Samira Villanueva several times in the back of her head with her hands. The act was random and unprovoked. There were no visible injuries to Miss Villanueva. And when they ran into the defendant, Miss George, Mr. Gonzalez said that Miss George had walked away mumbling something that he couldn't understand. She appeared to maybe be under the influence of something. And when they arrested her, she had blood dripping from her left hand that she had cut on a glass pipe that she was holding. She was held over at Grady on August 3rd. We are asking for I believe there is no bond currently. Oh, there's a $2,000 surety bond set on this case. We're asking that that remain as set, that this be added to the 11 a.m. calendar, and that she be evaluated by a social worker and have no further contact with Miss Villanueva.
All right. I have someone on iPhone who wants to address this case. I don't know who it is, but if you want to address the case involving Miss George?
If the relative of Miss George, we probably ought to go into not in disagreement with the state's recommendation. Oh, should we go into breakout or?
I don't know who is trying to.
Hello?
You need to
Or-
unmute. You
If
need to
there are no-
start your video.
If there are no other inmates in the courtroom, we could go just to non-streaming.
First of all, what's your name, please?
Shanika George.
Shanika George?
Yes.
All right. Miss George, do you plan to talk about any kind of medical condition or mental health condition of Miss Aisha George?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, Miss Champion, could you place Miss Shanika George, Miss Falk, and Mr. McLean and myself in a breakout?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, you're muted. I'm so sorry. Okay. Miss Shanika George? All right. As I was saying, which on my muted button, her bond is set at $1,000. It's a surety bond. No further contact with Samir Villanueva. And the next court date is August 14th at 11 a.m. Miss Shanika George, we waited for you. You didn't appear, so.
Yeah, my phone happened to cut off right in the process, so that was so crazy.
So you will need to reach out to Mr. McLean with the Public Defender's Office, and her
Okay.
next court date will be next Thursday at 11 a.m.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
The next waiver case we have, was it the DUI matter? Kenneth Pack, position 15 is reset to tomorrow, which will be August 7th at 2 p.m. And I think it was it Wooten?
Wooten was the DUI. That was the
Oh, he
fellow.
posted bond. Okay.
Yeah.
So then it was the add-on cases, position 1, Ashley Conley.
That's mine. Yes, that's also a MH situation.
All right. So this is 25 CR 004. Well, before I get to Miss Conley, let's go to position 3 and 4. Dante Voss Mitchell. Is that an MH situation as well?
I think so. Looking at the facts and looking at my interview, I think it is also.
Okay, so in that case, Miss Grace, can you pause the YouTube? Or you can stop it altogether.